like a brother. Coming up, we have the noted time travel expert, Mr. Chris, and published novelist, Mr. Chris Farnell. Woo!
I just want it noted that after I'm done here, I have to ride the tube home with Alan. Now, some people find poetry a little bit daunting. It can be a little bit scary, a little bit words. That's understandable. But you know what's more scary than poetry? Maths.
Hell yeah.
And so tonight I'm going to do something very daring. I'm going to perform the world's first stunt maths poem. I have here an ode to the numerical value of pi that I am going to read in exactly pi minutes. It's been attempted before, but I've never quite succeeded. But tonight, I've got a good feeling, tonight will be the night. Now, I'm going to time it myself up here, but I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience who has a stopwatch on their phone. Yeah? Okay, so when I drop my hand, press go, and we'll start. Ready? Go. They say 3 is the magic number, but that's not what the case is. The only number to do magic for me has a few more decimal places. It's recognised across boundaries, regional and national. It's constant, transcendental, yet totally irrational. This is the number for me. There's no point trying to hide it. So take your circumference, and by your diameter, divide it. It's the same for the Millennium Wheel as it is for a polo mint. It's the same on a flying saucer as on the first wheels made of flint. Between 1 and a billion, there's not a single number better. It's so badass we don't dare write it down. We just use a Greek letter. Okay, so maybe we can't quantify the exact square root of 2. But pi, 1.41412356 isn't even half of you. Knowing that pi's there makes me glad to be alive. It stretches to infinity and is less than 3.15. You might think you can round it down and it'll be of practical use, but pi will round you down. It won't stand for such abuse. I could count pi to 1,000,000 places and still I wouldn't be done. Although for those who want to know, the millionth digit is 1. They say 3 is the magic number, but that's not what the case is. The only number to do magic for me has a few more decimal places. It's recognised across boundaries, regional and national. It's constant, transcendental, yet totally irrational. Over the eons, man has tried to get this number nailed. King Solomon had a go at it, but King Solomon failed. For a while, Archimedes thought he had it nicely, until Ptolemy showed that he could do it more precisely. But the first mathematician to have the stones to reach 100 decimals was William Jones. And that very same dude is the reason why circumference by diameter is known as pi. They say 3 is the magic number, but that's not what the case is. The only number to do magic for me has a few more decimal places. It's recognised across boundaries, regional and national. It's constant, transcendental, yet totally irrational. You might think my passion for this number is simply too overt, but pi's not just a numerical value, it's a meal and dessert. Cherry, chicken, apple, mud, delicious or offending. Its fillings, like its decimal places, are potentially unending. And at this point you might wonder if my theme is beginning to age, if I've used all the knowledge I could get from the Wikipedia page about 3.14159265358979923384197169. But I could recite pi until the audience begins to fidget. Hell, I'd kill you all just to know its last digit. Woo!
3 minutes, 18 seconds, and 5. 3 minutes, 18.
There was totally like 3 seconds at the start.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but It would. That's actually a whole 10 seconds off. That's dreadful. No applause for that. Next time I will conquer it. Okay, this is a poem that I've written about how we try to deal with the issue of free speech in a culture that is both multicultural but also secular, and how we can protect the value of free speech while still respecting the beliefs of others. It's called a very offensive poem. If you take the piss out of Jesus, it'll trigger a letter writing campaign. And if you portray rape in a Sikh temple, the Sikhs will complain. You're going to start getting death threats if you draw Muhammad in cartoons. And it's just not funny anymore to rip it out of the Jews. So, let's stick it to the Buddhists. The bastards have it coming. Any Buddhists here tonight? Just checking. Let's stick it to the Buddhists. The bastards have it coming. There's got to be some awesome jokes about sitting around and humming. Let's mock meditation. Let's get comedy out of karma. Come on, the material's all there. Their religious leaders are lama. Okay, get this. The new sitcom, Oh Buddha. A zany show about a guy who ditches his wife and kid to go and live like a hippie, then ends up founding his own religion with hilarious consequences. It'll be a low-budget production. It won't star any big names, although I really wish Siddhartha could have been played by Sid James. But beware the consequences of this big old Buddhist bash. If you mock the bald, orange-clad freaks, you face an inevitable backlash. As today, the Dalai Lama issues a recorded statement to the press saying, "Actually, I thought it was pretty funny. I'm not aiming for comedy anymore. This is going beyond a joke. I'm not just trying to take the piss. I'm trying to provoke. How do you get at someone who thinks it is the enemy who can truly teach us to practice the virtues of compassion and tolerance? What pussies? When are you going to learn? I want to see some placards. I want to see some effigies burn. Go on, burn an effigy. Just a small one. Well, I mock your religion and I deride your creator God. Oh, you don't have one. Okay, I deride your mum. You hear that, Buddhists? Your mum. Okay, did anyone see the film? Yeah, I expect us to start a whole wave of hatred against Buddhists. It'll be great. Did anyone see the film Inception? Yeah. That film fucked me up. A while ago I had a dream where I was in a lift and the lift started rotating. I thought, wow, this is just like Inception, but didn't realise I was dreaming. And since then, I've just started to really question the nature of reality. So I'm not going to look at the back row because I'm pretty sure my old teachers are there. And I'm not going to look at the front row because I'll meet my dead grandparents' stairs. And the front row are disappointed and the back row think I'm crude. And I'm not going to look down because I'm pretty sure I'm nude. And then my teeth fall out and my arms fall off and all my old school bullies turn up and scoff to give me wedgies and call me a queer. And I suddenly realise that I shouldn't be here because there's a Latin exam that I really should be sat in, which is actually quite strange because I never studied Latin. So I tried to run away, but my feet just won't budge. Did nobody notice that the stage is made of fudge? But then some stuff happens that would make pretty good porn. Until my parents walk in wearing Nazi uniforms. Then my legs fall off and my teeth come out more so. And I'm a dribbling, toothless, naked torso. And the only thing worse than this judgmental dream crowd is the fear that I'm not dreaming, but just said all that out loud.